Hi everyone, I hope you are. This is CoinsKid. Just going to dive into Luna. Once again, thank you for support. Okay, big up the CoinsKid crew. So right now, Luna, it's Meta 1618 that we had in the summer here. Okay, it's an amazing trade that was. From that buy and go to the beach, drop your fibs on, and you can see we ran into the 1618 eventually. Okay, and I covered that many coins. Some make it, some don't, and that's the way it is, unfortunately. You know, if all made it, we'd all be billionaires, wouldn't we? You know, some make it, some don't. Okay, and this is why you diversify your portfolio. I've taught you that much, and you don't go all in on one coin. You don't invest more than you can afford to lose, you know, and that's basically the principle. That's your number one rule right there. Okay, so with Luna, then we have met all our targets. Okay, off that buy and go to the beach, you drop your fibs on, like I said to you, you break the high, you're going to meet the 1618 at bare minimal. You can see you got a little bit overextended, and then you've come back. Okay, you've had a big correction just there, double top. You know, descending triangle pattern just there. Lost support, technical target met, and wherever you found support, okay, a bit of confluence, you find support on the 1414 just there, okay, beautiful. So you're falling back to support, you've got the ascending triangle, you broke out, you run into the all-time high again, and it looks to me as though you're creating some kind of cup and handle pattern at the minute. You run into resistance and potentially get rejected and start to come back, okay. When you start to come back, I'm going to show you support targets. Now, one thing you have got here, which you did put in down here, is a buy and go to the beach, but you know, it's looking for continuation, but I think you might have some kind of pullback on it soon. I'm going to show you why before you actually go on here into true price discovery, where I do think, you know, you're looking at the 2 fib and a potential the 2.272 fib at $200, okay, but you are going to run into resistance and you are going to come back to support. This is how it works, okay. So when we broke out here, we had this beautiful little rising wedge. You see this, okay, this is a very tradable event. Just there you got your rising wedge, and you lose support, you come all the way back down to where you formed the wedge at a minimal. Do you see that beautiful trade? Find support, start to come back up, and you can see we had that another correction for Bitcoin last year as well, which contributed and got that high low just there, so basically a double bottom, which is a nice little strong reversal pattern. With that, boom, you start to come back up the stairs. Okay, so it's moving up and down impulsively and correctively, but at some point you will correct relatively deep here for Luna, you know, as we enter a bear market or whatever for Bitcoin. Now this to me is showing us we're not necessarily in a bear market, we're looking for continuation here for Luna, and I do anticipate that you're looking at that 2 fib at a bare minimal, okay, and we've been targeting that ever since this buy and go to the beach down there. You know, this was a monster trade down here off that low, you know, just to there is 1,538%. The 1618, which is always my minimal target, which you can see you got to it, okay, and you came back to support and you broke out. You never got to the 2 fib, but when you corrected with Bitcoin, obviously last November, you corrected and you found the 1414 support just there, okay. So that was a monster trade of around about 760% off that previous buy and go to the beach just there that you fell back into support. You see that? Amazing. Now these things will come again, you know, and we will find them and we'll ride them together. Just here for me, there is another little negative pattern that's beginning to form just here for Luna, basically, okay. It's a little bit of a rising wedge just here, so we need to keep an eye on this, because I do think you might come in for some kind of retracement soon. You know, these do break out, but one thing that we've got in confirmation of this is basically bearish divergence. Now if you look, you're making a series of higher highs in the price action. Just there you've got that high where you really overbought there, and then you start to come back down, creating this bearish divergence. You see that? So lower highs and higher highs called a bearish divergence. Then eventually your lost support came down, found support, and you start to come back up the stairs, okay. So right now you're doing exactly the same. You've got a series of lower lows in the RSI, and then you've got the higher highs in the price action. So you sort of got a bearish divergence in the moment. There is a trend line here that we're going to draw in and keep an eye on, because that might be a resistance point and a good place to open a short. So as this RSI starts to come up, and if it starts to get rejected on that trend line, that would be a fantastic place to open a short on Luna, to then ride it back down. Now where's your support, okay? And this is a big if, you know, you can break through this, but if you start to do that, you can see you're going to get overbought again. So you will start to come down at some point, okay? Potentially break out, hit the 2 fib, and then come in for a deep retracement. But right now this is quite a negative pattern that Luna's beginning to create. So I'm going to show you resistance points, okay? So this is called a rising wedge. You come up into it like this, you're tightening, you found support on that trend line just there. So I do anticipate that this next level of resistance just there could offer an amazing level to go short on Luna, the exact point of contact on that trend line in the RSI, because at that point you start to come back down, you lose support, and this way you're coming for a retracement to that level just there, minimal, which is around about, what is that? Let me have a look at that, $77. That would be my support target right there, okay, and a decent area to open along with a stop loss. So for me, I'm looking to short Luna on this level of resistance just there. I can't quite give you it because you can see this could sort of coil you up like that, hit at any point and then start to reject and roll. Now obviously rising wedges can break up, but you've got the bearish divergence at play at the moment. This is something to keep an eye on. Obviously, if you break that, fall back to support, you're invalidating this bearish divergence, and at this point you're going to continue. But that 2 fib for me at 128 is a major level of resistance for Luna, and would again be a fantastic place to go short with a stop loss. Okay, this is basically what I do. I teach you to trade the ranges. You know, it doesn't mean the party's over. You know, I do anticipate Luna's an amazing project, because here, if we take a look at this particular fractal, what you could start to do here is create some kind of cup and handle and create a falling wedge coming back. So look, you've got this big cup, right, and you run into this resistance, and then you start to come back in this falling wedge back down to support. You know, if you start to lose this technical target, the 1618 would be an amazing level to go long at $65, and you could start to create some kind of tightening falling wedge at this point, which is basically a big cup and handle pattern, which eventually, you know, you start to come up and break the resistance line right there. You're looking at going above the 2 fib and potentially to the 2.272 at $200, and Luna really is breaking out. Okay, so that's basically Luna. Hope you understand the update. You know, thank you for your support, thank you for, you know, subscription as well, and liking the video. But I do think you're starting to look at a bit cooked here, and potentially run into this resistance of this trend line just here on this rising wedge. This is why I come to the charts. Okay, but coming back is opportunity. Please remember that. I think it's going to offer opportunity, and at that point, you know, if you start to come back, and let's say, for example, all right, we do come in for a deeper retracement, and we do create that sort of beautiful falling wedge on the daily time frame here, and you know, CoinsKid's got a crystal ball basically, and we don't break out here, and this plays out, then this is an amazing long up off the 1618 all the way up. You're talking around a 2x, a 212% long opportunity. Now, all of this can be done on Bybit. The link is in each and every single video description. They've got a fantastic sign up bonus. So what I'm looking to do personally is short this level of resistance with a tight stop loss, okay, and then short it all the way back down to at least that, okay, and at that point I'm going to keep an eye on it. If we start to create some kind of reversal pattern at that point, that's where you open your long. But if you start to continue to come down, I'll be looking to long that key level of support, okay, and that's basically, you know, Luna. You know, thank you for your support. Take care everyone. Back to another update on Luna. Stay healthy, stay strong, stay tuned. Bye bye.